All right, today I want to drop a bomb on you. This is a truth bomb, something that has the power to completely revolutionize your relationships and a relationship with a particular man. You may have a man right now who is non-responsive. He's leaving you on red. He's ghosted you. He is doing something else, maybe seeing another woman, out of sight, out of mind, completely avoidantly distant from you. How do you get him to come back to you? How do you revitalize a relationship? Breathe it back, breathe life back into it. Turn that Frankenstein into a handsome Stein, a man, a Manstein. Okay, that's stupid. Anyways, how do you revitalize a love relationship and get it to the point where you can actually have him wanting to be back with you, wanting to reconnect, and feeling a deep desire to have you back in his life, to treat you like a queen, and to be who you always wanted him to be? That's what I'm going to be covering in this video. So pay attention, and I have a specific exercise for you. How do you actually apply this that's going to bring a man back into your life? So what the appreciation bomb is, a very specific text to send to a man to revitalize the relationship. So this is what the text is going to entail. I'm going to tell you about it first, exactly what to send to him. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the psychology behind it. And then I want you to try it for yourself on a man and report back in the comments your results. So here's the text that you're going to send him. Quote, I wanted to share with you a list I made for fun about all the things I do appreciate so much about you. And then you can put this in parentheses. Some that I didn't think I ever shared with you, some that I don't think I ever shared with you before and wanted to let you know about. And then immediately after this message, you're going to write a list of 10 things that you appreciate the most about him. 10 things that he's done, or 10 things that he's done for you, or 10 things about who he is that you authentically appreciate, that you love about him, that you appreciate, that you compliment him for, that you acknowledge him for. Now, here's the psychology behind this message and method. If you want to activate the hero instinct in a man, the most powerful way to do that is through appreciation. It is through letting him know how much he actually affects you, how much he actually means to you, and what he does that you like and that you love and that creates positive emotional response within you. By sharing these things, it automatically puts you into the feminine. It puts you in the feminine because the feminine is about receptivity and is about emotion, and it is about sharing the impact of things around you emotionally. It's the knight in shining armor principle. A knight in shining armor is looking for a damsel to rescue. Now, rescue is a weird word, but he's looking for a damsel to serve. He's looking for someone to serve. That the damsel, the princess, that's what the knight in shining armor is designed to do. If he doesn't have someone he can rescue, if he doesn't have someone he can serve, then he has no purpose. There's no point for the knight in shining armor to exist without the princess or without the damsel that he can help. So for a man to feel like he can be your knight in shining armor, your hero, he needs to know what he has done and what he can do to be that knight in shining armor so that he can do more of it and that he can feel inspired, that he now has a role, he has a mission that he gets to fulfill with you. The polarity increases, the attraction increases, and he sees you as the princess that he's going to dedicate the rest of his life to. The way you do that is through appreciation. Now, the key here is we're revitalizing a relationship. So what we want to do is you're sending him an appreciation bomb where you're literally telling him 10 things all at once, right off the bat, of things that he's done that you appreciate. Now, you primarily want to share these things that you appreciate about him from the emotional side. So I'll give you some examples. You always make me laugh. Every time I'm with you, I feel like I can't stop cracking up. You put a smile on my face, and it makes me feel awesome. That's one thing you could say that you appreciate about him. Another thing is you're such a great problem solver. Every time I have an issue with my car or my computer, you're always really great at solving it. And I really admire that about you. That could be another one. Another appreciation could be, I love the adventures that you take me on. You always have the funnest, the most fun ideas, and I always feel like I'm safe and have a great time with you, and there's always something new to explore. That could be another thing on your list. Another thing could be, you're so handsome, attractive, sexy, whatever you want to put in there, and it's hard for me to keep my hands off you when I'm around you. Now, these are just some examples. Now, you might be thinking, so I'll handle some common objections with this. You might be thinking, whoa, that's too much. What if I push him away? What if I come on as too strong? I've come on like I'm begging for him to be with me. I'm chasing him. Oh, here's the thing. You're not actually chasing him because you're not asking him to do anything for you. You're simply sharing. You're not asking for anything. You're just putting it out there. You're just sending it to him. And then whatever happens, happens. It's up to him. You're opening up a door. It's up for him if he wants to step through it, if he has a response to it, to take the next action, to make a move. So you're being in your feminine, you're sharing the impact of his actions, past or present, and you're letting him know about those things. And it's even more powerful if you share with him things that you've never shared with him before. That gives you another reason why you're sharing with him this list. Of course, you can add a little bit of context depending on your last interaction at the beginning of the message. If you say, hey, I know things were rough for us last time we saw each other, and you said, you didn't want to continue things. But I just made this list for fun. I put together this list I wanted to share with you for fun of things I never really shared with you that I do appreciate so much about you. So you can add a little bit of context to the beginning of the message. Now, the other key with sending this message is you want to be completely okay if you don't get a response. If you don't get a response back, let it go. It is what it is. You're simply sharing from the feminine, because here's the thing. You're not just doing this to try to revitalize your relationship with him. This method, this process is also you practicing what it feels like to be a woman who appreciates a man, who appreciates the masculine, who appreciates and creates heroes that want to be your man. And so it's a great practice for you in your feminine. And you're also allowing yourself to put out to God, to the universe, what you want in a man. These are the things you desire. And you're putting it out verbally and in written form, what you actually desire and want in a man. Of course, speaking of that, you can send this message via text, you can send it via email, you can send it via messenger. It doesn't really matter. I recommend whatever medium you've both been communicating the most frequently in the past. That's the best way to send it to him. Some other objections you might have to this is it feels soppy. It feels like it's too much, too emotional. That shows me that if you have that reaction, that shows me that you're actually detached from your feminine energy. Feminine energy doesn't really care about coming across as too soppy, too soft, too much. Feminine energy is about the emotion flowing through. It's exactly what you're feeling, and you're communicating with him what you're feeling, whether good or bad. If it's bad, you're communicating it in a way that doesn't feel like you're attacking him. You're simply sharing the impact. When you did this, it made me feel sad. When you did this, it made me feel hurt, like you don't care. When you did this, if it was something positive, when you did this, it made me feel special. It made me feel safe. It made me feel like you really care about me. That is what feminine communication is all about, expressing the impact of his actions and the emotions that it generates within you so that he knows what's going on. Because here's the other value of sending this. It's allowing him to have a guidebook now of how he can win with you. A guidebook of the things that you actually like that he does. So he knows how he can win the game with you, which will give him much more confidence, make him much more likely to give a relationship another try with you and to want to engage you again. Now you have to continue to practice this throughout your relationship moving forward if you want to actually keep him. So he's going to have a guidebook. And then the other thing is it's going to allow him to actually know what's going on for you emotionally, because men aren't mind readers, and he may not actually know the things that he's done that actually you did like because you were so busy focusing on what he was doing wrong or telling him about things that were mistakes or doing things that were causing tension or drama in the relationship, or maybe he was. But what got lost in the shuffle was the things he was doing that you actually loved, and and communicating that clearly to him in a way that it lands so that he is acknowledging it, he knows it, and he can now do more of those things for you, calling him into his masculine hero. So that's the process. If you have any other questions, post them in the comments below, and that's your homework assignment. Is I want you to actually pick a man that you are out of contact with, you haven't spoke with in a while, that you're still interested in, and that you would be open to continue dating and having a relationship. And even if you aren't open, it could still be a good practice for you just to put it out there and share that with somebody. And I want you to send it to a man, ideally today, ideally within the next 30 minutes. And I want you to post your results in the comments below as soon as he gets back to you, or even if he doesn't get back to you, how it made you feel to put together the list and to actually send it. What fears you had to overcome, which beliefs you had to overcome, and how it felt to actually practice that, being in your feminine, putting out that emotional impact to him, to God, to the universe. And I would love to hear that. Much love. Hope this was helpful, and look forward to hearing how that goes and talking again very soon. Bye-bye.